Welcome back to Get With the Programming. I'm Bill Grundler.
Wolverine.
And joining me over on the side is Mr. John Young. Wait, but you were supposed to.
Yeah, I'm not doing my own soundbite, man. You jacked that up.
Over on the other side, we have Mr.
And I'm John Young.
Who do you think you are? I am.
So bad.
That was terrible.
Totally screwed all that up.
And the voice in the background. I don't even know. Can they hear you, Chase, or no?
Bad.
Yeah, they could probably hear me now.
Oh, geez. Okay. And then we have the mystery voice on the back.
Captain America.
All right, I'm going back.
Listen, I did my part.
You did.
I was on point.
You did. It was good. And then I got all jumbled up. I'm so used to Chase doing his thing. It just the whole thing threw me off. What's up, everybody? Big weekend. The biggest weekend. The most exciting weekend.
Well, that's yet to see, but we think so.
Oh man. I know you guys are doing the your picks for the event one on Sevons. Are you doing it on Sevons or are you doing it on spins?
Sevens.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys make sure you guys all check in on that. And for those of you that need a little help on that, if you're going to take those choices, you got to make sure you're on that Heat One app because they're going to have that. You can win $1,500 this week for that if you pick the
Heat One app. The Heat One app.
Which is more fun for you, the shot caller on that or the picking like your top ones?
A shot caller all day. I think so. Top 12. There's a bit of it's a bit lucky because you never know who's hurt and people aren't going to let you in on that information.
Right.
And you never know who's going to withdraw and you never know when somebody's sick. And like a lot of times, like Laura Horvath, you have it in the bag and then you don't try to win the last two events, even though you should.
Right.
So like that stuff is impossible to predict. So there's a lot of luck involved on like top 12. So more or less it's there's some skill to it, but a lot like anybody can do it. We can all pick the order and then you get lucky with like number 8 that you've picked Hattie Canyo and nobody else did. You know what I'm saying? Like, but shot caller is straight up skill. Who do you think is going to win this event? How close are they to winning the event?
Yeah, but don't you still have the same type? You don't know if they're sick. You don't know if they're injured. I mean, that's still going to play.
Yeah, but so Yonakoski, it was very evident that he wasn't the same Yonakoski by event 2. I wouldn't pick him. Like, you know what I mean? Like
that is true. You don't have to pick it all right in the very beginning. That is true.
Correct.
Yeah,
and that is like you can't adjust your picks, right? Shot caller, it's before the event. You think some guy's got momentum going in, or he looks way better. You're going to risk it on him. Do it. Like you take something like the snatch ladder, like like you want to make a heart pick at that moment, and you decide to rock with Colton, and then it comes through, and it's like the greatest thing of all time.
Talking about that, you guys have to. So we have our the locker room chat for sure, and the discussion that was going on about you trying to pick Colton or not picking Colton or who you should go with your heart versus like your head. Mm-hmm. That whole drama cracked me up. I'm coaching and watching that all at the same time as my watch is like pinging nonstop about what should be happening.
Yeah. And you got to think, to most people, it's like, dude, relax. It's everybody, you're just picking to have fun. I'm not. I want to win. Like, that is my thing. That is my thing. And like, I want to be the best one at picking who's going to win. And I take it very seriously. And then so like, it means a lot. Like if I'm going to go with my heart versus what I don't think it means a lot to me. It means a lot. Like I'm emotional about it. And then whenever it comes through, it's amazing. It's awesome. Yeah. There's no sweeter victory.
Where did you finish last time?
I have been in the top 10 in every single region.
Oh,
And I'm
dang.
pretty. I've as far as the analysts go,
Right.
I've been first place out of 3 out of 4, and then Brian's beat me in North America East, and he was like, and all the props to him, Brian Friend, all the props to him. I think he was 5th in the world in that, and I was 10th in the world.
Yeah.
And that's the only time anybody's beaten me amongst the analysts.
You're good, dude. You
West,
have
thank you,
a
Chase.
very I like the angle that you take with a lot of the athletes. I don't think that you are pure numbers oriented. I like the fact that you use their athleticism and kind of understand where they are in the season. So it's fun watching you pick. And you are opinionated when you pick.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's fun.
I also think it takes a little bit of balls to say, "Hey, I'm picking this guy. Let's see who wants to beat me." Because a lot of people, want to keep it to their chest who they're going to pick, right? And
Yeah.
because the reason why I say that is because if I'm wrong, everybody knows I'm wrong.
Well, and you take it too.
Like
I mean,
the
you take it.
world sees that I'm wrong, and then I
Right.
got a whole bunch of people in the chat saying you're retarded, right?
Right.
Like, and it's you got to be able to take that.
Yeah. Okay. Side note, Eaton there. Thanks for the $5, dude. The workout this morning on Kill Taylor. Well, one,
Heck no. I think it'd be an accomplishment for me to make it to 2 minutes at Taylor's pace.
I was shocked that everyone was thinking that Colton wouldn't have a chance against Taylor in that.
No,
one.
I think Colton would beat him in that for sure.
100%.
Yeah, no,
100%. Although Taylor looked amazing, and how many athletes out there the day before their semifinal event do you think they're going to go and try and just exhaust the lung?
Nobody. And that is the
He's
gloriousness of Taylor's self.
Yeah, he's so bad. Obviously, you guys, the community type stuff that's out there in our space. If you haven't seen the Kill Taylor series, which I think this was by far the best thumbnail out of all of them. That
Star Wars one.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, it was so cool. It's been super fun. They had that guy Matt on there again today, who he won.
I think he's going to do it every week.
Every time. Well, he should. That's a paycheck. I mean, why not?
He's one of the very few that have beaten him.
So that's very cool. Community stuff. So we have at the Syndicate Crown. Chase, are you going to do the commercial for the Syndicate Crown? I don't know if you have that one for the whole thing up there. If So there are the codes for you guys. If you want to be able to get tickets to go out and see the Syndicate Crown. I guess what? Look how empty the seats were in that commercial. I don't think that it will be that way this weekend. And here's why. One of the things that they have that Carson didn't have is the community festival part. So you're going to see a whole bunch of athletes out there that are going to be competing kind of alongside with what's going on. And I don't know how they're going to mix it up. I mean, they have the schedule set up for the heats and how they're going to do that. But there's a bunch of different ways you can set up or join up and hop in. You can do solo. They're going to have that on Friday. They got a male and female RX divisions and intermediate divisions. They have a trio on Saturday where you have either 3 males and then 3 females with your 3 divisions there. And then on Sunday, they're doing pairs, male, female. And is fun. One, logistically, I think it's crazy. I think that would be really hard to do. But business-wise, you're ensuring that you have people that are going to be there every single day, Friday, Saturday,
very
Whatapalusa-like
a little bit.
Yeah, which I think is, I mean, that's really smart to play. One, and not that I thought that they knew what was going to happen or what the turnout was going to look like at Carson. But since Carson didn't have anything like that, it was just hoping on just the crowd alone. Now you have athletes that are there for the event. I believe if you're in the competition, you actually get the tickets for the whole weekend. So if you participate in any of the community events, you then get to watch the best of the best out there in our sport, like in our world, compete. How cool is that?
Very cool. No, yeah, very cool. And I don't do we know the workouts? Or is that like
Yeah. No, I think they actually had them up. I think Chase is gonna pull them up there. So what do we have here? These will be the Sid the Sloth, man. And of course, I'm looking at this and I can't see it because our faces are covering over the deal. You know what I did see, and I can't see him. Oh, there they are. Yeah,
he's got
thanks,
him up
Chase.
there. You want me to read it or you got it?
Nah, I got it. What I think is awesome is they have devil press. I've been waiting for devil press to hop in to like the quarters or something somewhere, and we finally have them. So for our solo workouts for time, 15
Grip City.
Right? 3 rope climbs, the walking lunge, the 3 rope climbs, and then the walking lunge again for time. Man, and then you go to 12 and it kind of makes its way down to 9 in 1 rope climb. Yeah, dude, seriously. Do you think they made that one so that you can get a little feel of what the athletes are dealing with on the bike, bring muscle
that's
up,
an interesting thought. I mean, I
the
think this is
walking
a
lunge?
longer workout than that. That's such a short grip intensity thing.
Yeah.
I almost feel like it's wildly different, but I think it'll be more of a feel of the second workout.
Oh, with the rope climbs.
No. That's the third workout. The second one with the front
Okay.
squats.
All
Because if
right.
you go for the elite athletes, they're double undering, toe to bar, and then front squats. There is no they're moving fast enough that I think their forearms never get a break.
Right.
And if this is a workout, wildly different, but time domain similar,
Right.
and then your forearms never really get a break. Different movements, but doable movements, just like for the elites. Like 24 feet is not a lot. You can do that unbroken.
Right.
The devil's press is just short enough that you probably aren't going to break it up. And the rope climbs are just short enough that you're probably going to keep going. So then by the time you get to the last round, you got 24 feet that you don't want to hold on to those dumbbells.
Yeah, that last round, that set of 9 in the 1, those walking lunges I think are going to be rough. And I hope just for funsies that we see some wobbling like we'll see the
On the
elite
event
level
6?
athletes. Yeah. I mean,
I assume 50-pound dumbbells, right?
I'm assuming that too. Yeah, 50.
You got to be moving for wobbly on that. I mean,
but look at what you've done up to that point. I mean, just the grip itself and how they're hanging.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got our 50s and 35s. Let's move on to the next one. So there were 3 events
for the solos.
Right.
And is this gauntlet style? Or is it just like throughout the day? I assume it's throughout the day because the workouts are a bit too hard to be gauntlet style.
Yeah, I'd have to see, and we can look at it after. We'll look at. I think they have the heats. Yeah, so they have them.
That makes sense. I love that there's going to be like one winner out of this. Honestly, it's a little bit of like you get a mini semifinal. I know it's only 3 workouts, but it's a freaking like community. Let's do who the best one out of the community is.
Right? Totally.
You know what I mean?
I think it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see. I wonder if there are any badasses out there. And I hope if there is, that we find someone that does the solo workouts on the Friday. They get on one of the triple teams on Saturday, and then they do the pairs on Sunday.
That's very cool.
Oh, Froning will be out there. Dude.
I love this second workout. I think I'm going to program this for class. I'll be honest with you.
So the second one we have.
This workout is so awesome, but like to send.
4 rounds for time. 15 and 12 cows on the Echo bike. 12 chest to bar pull-ups, 9 thrusters in 115, 75. And chest to bar for the pull-ups. Yeah, dude.
I'm thinking sub 8. Sub 8 minutes.
What would be the worst part for you?
None of it. How fast do I want to go? It's like Fran.
Right. I think the worst
like
part,
Fran, are the pull-ups the worst part, or the thrusters the worst part? Really, nothing. It's just how fast can you go.
right? I would. The thrusters would be the worst part for me. I mean, I could do them, but I
think if
would
it's
not like them.
heavy, I think if the thruster is heavy, that would be the worst part for people. But
I mean, you don't have an issue squatting, so that's never a
my
problem for
my
you.
lungs would be the worst part for me. Like,
Dude, yeah. So you get into the middle of round 3 when the lactic acid just is setting in.
that's what I'm
Sick.
saying. I think you could get through 2 rounds of this really,
Right.
really fast.
Right.
And then the last 2 rounds would be interesting.
Yeah.
I think I could win this one just because it's a lot of leg pump city.
Yeah. I wish, I mean, for me to be comfortable in this event, to be like, oh, I have this event, I'd want the pull-ups to be the 15.
Yeah, I mean, I think you need 21 pull-ups
Right.
for you to be in the mix on that. And I think, like, if it was a rower, I might say Chase has a shot, but like the biking's literally my best machine. Like, I can go 80 on that for 15 for 4 rounds.
I would be playing catch up on the chest to bar, which is, it's not enough. I wouldn't have enough time.
That's why I like this one. It's just enough. I could beat pretty fit people in it, right? Like,
what's the third one looking
Kill
like?
Taylor one, but like,
oh, dude, this would be a good one.
Maybe 3 rounds instead of 4.
Yeah,
they need to be shorter workouts.
Like, yeah, you'd want it to sit like,
because Taylor could probably do 3 rounds and 5 something.
Yeah. Well, you know what you do? You just make it a 5-minute AMRAP.
Of that.
Dude,
that you end on the
rotation.
bike, that would be just disgusting.
Right? Yeah. That would be pretty cool. The last one, Deja Vu. So 8-minute time cap for time. 2 rounds, 6 cleans at weight 1, 6 bar facing burpees directly into 2 rounds of 12 cleans. The next weight, 12 bar facing burpees. And then you win there. I was hoping for a third one. And the weights we have, 185, 125 for the first weight. And then the second one, what's the second one?
12 cleans, 12 bar facing burpees.
135, 95 for the second.
Okay.
Yeah. That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
This is Grip City, I think.
Really? No.
Because it's only 2 rounds.
Yeah, dude, no. Come on,
You don't think so? You don't think so?
No, not enough. Those cleans aren't heavy enough.
Okay.
And there's not enough of them. And with the burpees, you'll have time.
I guess you get to that 135 so fast that then it's just, yeah, you're right.
You'll fly that. What would make this one sick was if they were squat cleans.
It'd be a way better workout.
Then it would be, then that's like where you're kind of looking it's almost like an Elizabeth.
Yeah, or snatches. I mean, snatches would make it a little bit different too, because
that
would be really hard to touch and go the whole time. Snatches, where I think a lot of people are touch and going the cleans the whole time.
Yeah, for sure. I think they should make an event where they force you to do it. You have to go touch and go.
You have to go touch and go, just like they did with the rower that one time in the games.
Yeah, you have to go touch and go, and if you don't, you got to do that set again.
or like double the reps. Like if you had to go, you have to do 6 cleans at 185 unbroken. If you break it, you have to do 12 cleans.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool, dude. I'm programming that unbroken set at my gym.
And you might could play with it where it's like, some people could do this like single 18 rep or 12 reps, like almost as fast as somebody who's going to touch and go. Like it makes it like the blow up from the touch and go would equal that. I don't know. You'd have to really experiment with it, but you probably could find a line.
That's where you'd have to bust out the metal 45s so that the weight just goes conk and stops. So there's no bounce at all to try to catch the bars that's moving around.
This is the Syndicate Crown, Veronica. This is the their community event. They basically have a whole CrossFit competition, like what a local comp would be, for solos, and then teams of 3 and teams of 2, right?
Yeah. Chase, are you going to put up the other ones? You want to go through the...
These were the 3 solo ones.
Right. That's the third one. Look at him flipping around over there. And everyone, that is Chase in the background. It still doesn't have any power at his house. So it is his in-laws' house right now in Plano. And he's working the background for us as he's flipping around through these things. So if you do get a GWTP responding, that's him in the background, just so you guys know. So he's with us. He's safe.
I'm here.
There he is. There he is.
I'm here. Hiding in the background.
Bill's inner thoughts.
All right, the first trio workout, Step Brothers. 18-minute time cap with 4 rounds for time, 30 and 24 cals on the Echo bike, and 30 and 24 cal on the row. Interesting. 10 synchro bar muscle ups, 10 synchro box jump overs. Single bar muscle up for the RX, and 24 and 20 on the box. And then it goes to chest to bar for the intermediate. And maybe they go just regular pulls for the first one. That'd be fun, though.
This one is interesting because I feel like out of all the people that can do the synchro bar muscle ups unbroken, like those are going to be your top teams. And then of those teams, it's who's the best in the machines. I think you could probably go 6-4 on the bar muscle ups, but when it's synchro like that, I think it's really easy to waste time. Like you're as good as your weakest link, and if everybody can do 10 unbroken bar muscle ups, I think that jumps you so far ahead of people.
Yeah, and we even saw that on some of the team stuff, even this last weekend, where you always have that one athlete does their bar muscle up, they hop up there up on top, and they wait.
Mm-hmm.
They wait for the other person to get up, and then you try to sync from the top because you're waiting to see what your weaker link is going to be able to do.
Now, 10 4 times is a lot. That's a lot. But I bet there's teams out there that can do it.
Yeah. So that's 3. So they do it 3 males and 3 females. Different teams are different. The different categories. I'm assuming. So for it's trios. What's the next one? Okay. 4 time 25 synchro toes to bar.
Oh man,
synchro front squats.
Devastating. Is this all 3 of them have to do this, or just 2 at a time?
Synchro all the way down, dude.
Is it all 3 have to do it, or is it 2?
Please say yes.
2 people and 1 person can rest? 2 athletes working on the toes to bar and a non-working athlete. Okay, so it's 2 people have to be synchro, and then there's 1 person resting. That makes sense. I think that made this. It's a lot. That's a lot of front squats and toes to bar for everybody.
All right. Well, let me ask you this: Do you think that would be a good event for a semifinal team where they make everyone do that synchro for the entire thing?
I think you could just take your weakest person then, and then they just do that event by themselves, and that's the event.
True.
So like that kind of defeats the team aspect of it. True. Because literally if everybody had to do it, then just have your weakest person to go out and just every team's weakest person at toes to bar front squat combo, y'all go at it, and then the other 2 don't have to do anything, because that's essentially what it is.
I still think it would be fun to force everybody to have to do that. You know. What's the last event for the triple?
Oh, wow.
Nice. Okay.
You love this one.
Okay. So we have athlete
Teresa. Is that a new thing? I've never heard of that.
Teresa? Is that one of the new ones?
30 thrusters? No, it's not one of the 6 new ones they said. I've just never heard of it.
I don't think I've ever heard of that one either. All at 135.
They just make some random name and say this is 30 thrusters.
They're like, let's look through the book here. See, who haven't we used yet? Teresa. You know what they should have called it? Should have called it Trish. What do you think about that, Trish? She's in the chat. I see her hopping around over there. So we have Isabel, 30 snatches at 135.95. We have Grace, 30 clean and jerks, 135.95. And then Teresa, 30 thrusters at 135.95. That's cool.
This is waterfall. Interesting. How do you think you would organize your athletes as far as like fittest to least fit for these particular workouts? Because it's kind of interesting. I have like what I kind of think off the top of my head, but I'm not saying that's the right way to do it. It's just what I would think off the top of my head. So I'm interested in what you would say.
If I was looking at my athletes on this, I think if they're all relatively the same strength. Well, I've been looking at a couple different things. If they're all relatively the same strength, like you have a good team where they're pretty even across the board, I'd put my range of motion athlete at thrusters. Because that one,
Your little person.
Your little person there. Put the short person there for that range of motion. I think honestly, the one that has the best fitness, I would probably put at the Grace for the clean and jerks because there is and the reason I say that is because I think that I would put my stronger athlete at the Isabel for the snatch because they'd have to move the bar from the ground up overhead. At least on the clean and jerk, you do have that moment where it's a pause at the shoulder. I mean, it's not a pause, but I mean, you're here and then you're up and you're down. So there's almost like a break in the action where the snatch is not that. And the snatch is going to have to go really from ground to overhead. And you're not going to have that steps as it's come down. Your fastest athletes are going to be, it's up and then it's down. And then
I would think if strength is not a limitation, that your fittest athlete you'd want on Isabel because Grace, you have that pause. And like people can breathe, you breathe more during Grace. Where Isabel, there's like, it's very hard to breathe if you're going to go unbroken, right? Which I'm not even saying I'm not saying they're going to go unbroken, but like I think Isabel's harder to do unbroken than Grace is.
Oh, way harder.
That's what I'm saying. Harder. So like, wouldn't you want your fittest athlete?
Well, that's why I said I'd want my strongest athlete so that the weight isn't as effective on them. And that obviously depends on your team. If you're talking where strength is the same across the board, yes, I'd put the fittest where Isabel is. If I had a strength athlete, a fit athlete, and a little range of motion, then that's kind of what I was looking at for that. It's got to kind of suck to be known as a range of motion athlete.
I don't know. You're short. Matt Fraser was a range of motion athlete.
Oh, he hated whenever I said that. Guy would get so pissed off that I'd call him short. I'm like, you are short, man. I'm not saying you suck, obviously. So those are your triples. And then what about the pairs? I wonder which one that Rich is going to do.
I think he's doing the team of 3. I thought somebody said
3. I knew he was there, but I wasn't sure which of the teams he was doing. All right, so this one will be your.
Is it just the trio?
That last one was.
There you go. There we go. We got pairs.
The male pairs, female pairs.
Farmville.
10-minute time cap. Round 1, 9 synchro bar muscle up, 9 synchro dumbbell thrusters, 64-foot dumbbell farmer's carry. Round 2, 15 on the thrusters, and then the same, and then the 21 on the last round.
I love this workout by itself, like for one person.
And for a single athlete, yeah.
I think it'd be awesome. You know, talk about grip fatigue. Man, like you said, if there's a person that does solo and then the pairs, and then they better be the biggest handed thing I've ever seen in my life. They
real
are
farmers,
on
right?
The grip,
with big old meats. Yeah,
Marcus Hendricks will show up to this Syndicate Crown community event and tear it up.
Dang,
I think this workout would be a monster by yourself, but like in a fun way. Like, I think it would be really fun to do by yourself.
Okay, so they have a time cap of 10 minutes. What do you think that would be if you were doing it by yourself?
What I think is funny is it says 9 synchro dumbbell thrusters, but then it says 15, 21 double dumbbell thrusters. It doesn't say synchro for those.
Yeah.
Is that just a mistake?
That's a good question. I have to blow this up here a little bit.
9 synchro. What's the thruster? Clean the mirrors.
At the completion of the bar muscle-ups, they move the dumbbells and complete 9 synchronized thrusters. Once they are complete, the pairs continue the same flow. 9 reps every round. I'm assuming it's the same. Yeah, it would be synchro.
Yeah, I think it's just written weird. on the sheet. So that means they're all doing the whole thing. It's just you and your partner. So you're at the bane of your week of your partner.
Yeah.
I can't stand workout. I think a lot of local, and I'm not trashing this workout, but a lot of local events like have workouts like that where everybody does everything, and there's not really like there's no point of having the team. It's just the weakest link. Whoever has the weakest link is the worst team. Whoever has the least weakest link is the best team.
Yeah.
Like you can't make up for like if you're rich and then you have, you know, Sally who's trash Sally, teammate. Then there's like I think Rich should always have a way of making up for trash Sally when she can't do it, and then that's the combination of the team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, totally.
And I don't like team workouts where it's like there is no team. Everybody does it, does all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I
No,
don't
I get it.
stuff where it has to be like it's team movement.
Yeah.
But like when it's like this, everybody does it. You know what I mean? I don't like team workouts that are like that.
No, it's hard, but I also think that to get really good programming for teams, you have to have someone that is very team oriented. Like they love the teams. They love programming. They love nerding out on the team stuff because you're right. It takes a special sort of program to be able to pick those sort of things. And I don't think that it's bad that an element of the competition is going to kind of showcase your weakest link, but the less events you have, the more you got to pull away from that, where it's got to be the team performance. So like with here, if you only have a pair of people, like, okay, you're going to do synchro stuff, and then it should be like, then you're looking at bulk work, because in that way you're going to be able to say, okay, here's a team and it's Rich and Trash Sally, and maybe Rich is doing a ton, but maybe you say, okay, instead of the work requirement only being 1 rep of whatever the thing is, you pick a number, whatever it needs to be. So it's like, okay, we're at least going to ensure that person that's the worst person, they got to do something.
Yeah, give him 100 handstand push-ups with a 20 rep handstand push-up requirement.
Right,
like
something like that. Exactly.
Right,
But again, I think it really comes to, thinking about those things, and I think it takes awareness. I don't think it's out there a whole lot for team stuff. Okay, last one here. 4 rounds for time.
We got one more after this.
Was that 2?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Jeez. Okay.
You're good. Go ahead.
No.
Partner 1.
I'm trying to look at my screen when I blew it up here. Hold on. There we go. Partner 1, 12.9 calories on the Echo Bike, 1 rope climb, 7 hang power snatch, 1 rope climb. Oh, very similar to our semifinal event. Then you switch. Partner 2 goes 12.9 calories on the Echo Bike, 1 rope climb, 7 hang power snatch, and then 1 rope climb. 15 minutes, 4 rounds for time. It's a lot of rope climbs. But again, I think that kind of goes right to what you were talking about. It goes right to where your weakest link is. You have one guy, Rich is going to fly on his turn, and then partner 2, Trash Sally. Sorry.
Now, sorry.
You're being very sexist,
on workouts like this, I don't think it's as bad because you still get the time of Rich. Like Rich can still like be faster than everybody. I'm talking about when everything is synchro.
Oh no, I got what you're saying.
Okay,
I got what you're saying. No, I hear you. I hear you.
The waterfall style, it doesn't bother me, but I like this event. It is very like event 3.
Yeah, which I think that there should be some of
Oh, never, man. You got to embrace the chest hair, man.
Embrace that sweater.
Yeah.
Embrace it. I think that I think it's cool that there would be like a version of the semifinal events. I mean, we already have the community that's out and that's going to be supporting, all the semi athletes and being there watching them in the stands when they're not going, and when they're on their break times. But to be able to have that same sort of, oh, well, we did that too. We got to feel that, or got to feel a version of that. I think that's cool. Connect that a little bit, lean into that a little bit.
Yeah, I'd be trash JY if me and Rich were together for sure. But I'd do my part on the, the weightlifting events. I would do my part.
Yeah, you would.
I would make an effort to go faster than Rich and then be like, "Come on, Rich, pick it up." Like just on the weightlifting workout. Just absolutely send it and then be like, freaking amateur I'm dealing with right now.
Right.
Oh gosh.
Okay, the final one for the pairs. 8-minute time cap.
This is what the workout like I'm talking about.
21 synchro deadlifts, 21 bar facing burpees, 15 synchro deadlifts, 15 burpees, 9 deadlifts, 9 burpees, and we got 225, 185. And then the dumbbell lunge to finish it up. Is it?
That's a short lunge.
That's kind of why I even have that.
I don't know.
That's weird.
This is probably the easiest workout that we've seen so far.
Yeah, dude, for
sure. I think a lot of people can just mow through this.
Yeah, I'm confused of an 8-minute time cap for that. I mean, it's almost like it's almost like Diane.
Yeah, except I think Diane would be a little faster, but yeah.
Well, you're right, but an 8-minute time cap. I mean, crazy.
No, it could be a 5-minute time cap.
Totally. And then I'm confused about the lunge, but whatever. I mean, it's fun at least. I'll get after it. Okay, so if you are in town, if you feel like wanting to do a competition and you're out in the Syndicate area to watch the semifinals anyways, you have 3 different opportunities to compete. You have the Friday for solo, you have the Saturday for the teams of 3, and you have the Sunday, which will be your pairs. Those are the events, and those are going to be going in between all of the actual athletes that are trying to get their spot to the games this year, and we have the deepest of the deep going on at the Syndicate Crown. Chase, do you want to throw up South America, and we'll do South America, and we'll do them first real quick.
Here's Africa. Okay, who you got? You got Keelan Henry? For Africa, do you have Keelan Henry?
Is that who's up there? Yeah. Who are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, next.
Okay, and it's gonna go.
You want a women? Okay, I got Christina Livididakis for number 1 for the women.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping that Gemma, just because I like saying her name, Gemma Rader.
I like saying Livididakis.
Livididakis?
Yeah, it sounds dirty, but like if you say it real fast, like it just I don't know. Christina Livididakis
sounds dirty. Look at you.
All right, that's all for Africa.
Okay, great job, Africa.
South America. All right, you can go a couple ways here. South America gets 3, correct?
Yeah. What do you think Guy's going to be with this one, with the programming?
I think he's going to run away with it.
You think he'll be first?
Yeah, I do.
Riquelme second?
I have Riquelme second, but it would not shock me if Callian Souza or Kaique Cervini. South America is one of those regions, especially the guys, where they are getting fitter. They're not there. They're not there yet. They're not close to Oceania, but they are getting fitter. They are starting to turn into, give them a couple more years and they could have legitimate people at the games. And I know people say Guy is legitimate. I'm talking about not home run hitter legitimate, like fit people legitimate. Right. But like Guy, I think how many specialty events do we have here? And the people are not fit enough to capitalize where he is bad, because he is very, very fit, like for this region.
Right.
And you have lifting, 185 lifting. Like I think he'll be top 3 in event 1. Event 2, I think he'll win. Event 3, I think he'll win. Event 4, I think he'll win. Event 5, I think he'll win. And event 6, Kaique Cervini probably comes out super hot and beats him. But legless rope climbs, he's the best one. Handstand walker, I think he's the best handstand walker. Like he's very skilled. He's got Tudor like home run ability.
Locally,
but he lives in South America.
Yeah.
Tudor would be awesome in South America. Just
Yeah,
saying.
it would.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I know it sounds mean, but it's the truth.
Well, no, they just don't have the depth yet, and you're right. It's if it wasn't for Guy and what we've seen him do at the games, I still think that like South America would be a very still kind of hidden, even with Kaiki in there and what he's able to
Italian.
do.
But instead of 40th, they're 30th. Like I'm not like I do not consider the South American men to be unworthy of going to the games.
Right.
Asia and Africa and South American women
Different story.
shouldn't be there.
Right.
Like every person you send, it's a pity vote. You should feel like it's a slap in your face. Y'all are pathetic. The South American men, I don't feel that way. The South American men, I feel like they have earned their way there, and I don't mind them at all. Does that make sense?
Yeah. With that said, if you take Guy out of that lineup, does that change your vote for where the athletes should stand on the men's side for South America?
I'd have Riquelme first, and then I'd have.
Well, no, not how they would finish there as far as their belonging at the games.
No, I believe that because of Kaike. Honestly, because of Kaike and Callion. When they were at the games last year, I didn't feel like they didn't belong.
Okay.
I felt like they were kind of bottom tier but bottom tier of the fittest men in the world.
Right.
And I did not feel like they did not belong. Every single event they were doing them. They were like in the lead of the first heat.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they're not just there because they live in South America. I truly believe their fitness belongs at the games.
Right.
I believe that about Riquelme. He was the only person who did 30 ring muscle ups at the end, or 20 ring muscle ups at the end of that quarterfinal workout. And I was told, I think by Chase, nobody would do that. And he freaking did it and beat everybody in the whole entire world by a lot. Like, and then Guy has his home run ability. Obviously, we know about Guy. I just think they, as a region, as a continent, are up and coming on the men's side. And I don't feel the same that I feel with the other small regions.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy is I feel like we've been saying that about South America for a long time. I remember the conversation with Josh Bridges.
But y'all had, but like I didn't buy into Guy when everybody bought into Guy. When he got 7th place, I'm like, he got really lucky with the events and got 3 first place. 3 first place gets you that vote. Like,
right.
And I was not on the Guy train when everybody else was on the Guy train. And then Guy faded. And now we're still saying the same stuff. Like it hasn't evolved.
Right. Yeah. Almost. So you have Guy and then Riquelme and then
I got Callion, Souza, and Kaike, and then Kaike after that. And it wouldn't surprise me. It would surprise me if Guy didn't make it. I think he is the best one there.
For sure. I agree.
But out of those 3 underneath him, you could any way you want to separate, organize those, I'd be fine with it. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah. Let's go to the ladies.
It's not too small in South America, Augustus.
Victoria Campos. I mean, I don't see
any other names.
Right. And there we go. Great job, ladies.
Yeah, this is Asia. Like, and I mean, it's not. It is like that. It's Africa. It's Asia, and they're just not relevant.
What do you think would take to get the ladies in South America
fitter?
What do you think they're missing? Is it just fitness, is it strength?
No, it's just fitness. Like you could say strength, but I mean, you look at their you look at that quarterfinal 4 workout. They did Victoria did 56 reps.
Yeah.
You got some 58s down there. Like there are strong women in South America. There might not be the strongest women in South America, but they have their specialists that even on the women's side that can put up top in the world numbers if the event is correct. But it's just all around fitness. It really, really is. All of them just have to get fitter, like across the board. I know people in the chat have made fun of me sometimes when I'm like, they're just not fit enough or they have to get fitter. Well, duh. But you don't understand what I'm saying. Like they're not as good at rope climbing. They're not as good at handstand walking. They're not as good at running. They're not as good at lifting. They're not as good at ring muscle ups. They're not as good at toes to bar. They're not as good at anything.
They're the JV team to the varsity
Everything
team.
has to get better.
Yeah.
So, and like you look at the semifinals guys and the games guys, take the last heat in semifinals and then take the first heat, the first heat 4, say for heat 1, heat 4, and put them up against each other. The guys in heat 1 can snatch 300 pounds too. Like the guys in heat 1 have the guys that can run 5-minute miles. Like it's not like there's these numbers that they can't touch, but the fitness gap is so big across the board for everything that it's hard to explain other than they just have to get fitter.
Yeah. And what's cool, especially if you're a CrossFit geek, is that when you're saying that, you're saying fitness in our definition of what fitness is. And we're talking about all 10 of the physical traits, and we're talking all the different modalities, because you're right. It's a check on every single one. Here are the best, but here's where you are. And here's the best, and here's where you are in this one. And here's the best in strength, and here's where you are with that. Here's where you are in aerobic capacity, and here's where you are with that. And you're right. That's just where we see all the ladies going here. All right. So let's get over to the big show. And I know, John, we only got you for a handful of minutes here. Here's what I want from you.
I'm good, man. I was going to schedule a nap, but I got a little bit. I'm awake now, so we can go.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to ask your picks for your your heat 1 set. I'll let you guys do like what's going to happen in the
on Sevon show.
On Sevon show. I'll let you guys go and do that. What I want from you though is this. I want your 4 top stories on the men's side. Like, what are the 4 big things that you just as a fan, as an analyst, are looking at? Like, what are the 4 things that you think that everyone should be watching for this weekend?
Okay. Well, number 1, the biggest story. We're going to take it back to Civil War times, and it's going to be the Austin Hatfield coming out party.
Oh, really?
Okay. I think I know I don't understand. I've had this conversation with JR because he's on the train. He's just a closeted train rider. I don't understand why more people are not on this train. I truly do think Austin Hatfield is the next name that is going to be perennial top 10 CrossFit Games athlete in the future. And like, maybe not this year. Like, I think he's going to make the games this year, but the year after that, it wouldn't shock me at all if he was top 10 in the world.
Okay. So what does he have that's making you think that? And what doesn't he have that he hasn't been able to make it with yet?
He's got everything, man. He can't swim. He's not a good swimmer, but like he's just okay. I mean, let's look at this field. Like quarterfinals, event 1, the guy's 5'6". So like the stuff that Colton gets hurt at, he gets hurt at too, but just not near as bad. And like, I want you to think of how fit Colton is. Now think if you can make him 3 inches taller. All of his disadvantages that he has to overcome all of a sudden are like he's top 10 in the field because he had to overcome all that stuff because he's shorter, right? Like 70 RPMs on the bike now automatically is 80 RPMs in the bike. If you could just give him 3 inches, right? That's Austin Hatfield. And he's got a 400-pound clean, a 315-pound snatch. I know he can run like 6-minute miles for a 5K. His gymnastics, there's nothing he can't do in gymnastics. He's very good at it on his hands. He showed that at Crash Crucible. He's very good on the rings. Like he's not weak at very many things, and he's got a whole lot of home run ability.
Okay, so then with the things that you just mentioned, where is he going to sit against someone like Jeff Adler? Because I mean, they're about the same height.
He's not Jeff's 5'10".
Jeff is not 5'10".
Yeah, he is, man.
No, he's not.
Just my height.
He's lying.
He's 5'9" on the on the inches. He even put it in inches, not centimeters for it.
I think he's shorter than that.
Have you seen Jeff like eye to eye?
Dude, me and Chase have seen Jeff since Jeff was like a little guy like this. Hey guys.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be like
grew
Noah
a little
Olsen.
bit.
He did. He went wider. He didn't get taller. On a tall day. I think he had the elevator shoes.
Listen, I'm a realist. Okay. Jeff Adler is, currently the fittest man in the world. If you want to say Roman should be, that's cool. But Jeff's still right there.
I got it. Especially
and,
for these events. What I'm talking about is against these events. How is he going to set against someone like that?
He cannot overcome Jeff's fitness. He's not fit enough to overcome Jeff's fitness. He's not. And then the semifinal is built for Roman, Hopper, and Dallin. It's literally built for them. They're going to be phenomenal. Like Jeff's too fit, and the other three guys I just said, it's built for them, and they're pretty fit too.
Right.
But I truly think that he's going to beat everybody else.
Okay. All right. So Hatfield's story number 1. Story number 2.
Story number 2. Y'all forgot about Tia Toomey. I think Tia Toomey is going to win 5 events. I think she's going to win 5 events, and 2 or 3 of them are going to be like midline madness when Rich was on the lunges when everybody else was still GHDing, and it looks like he transported on the handstand walk. I think Tia Toomey, I want you to think about this right here. Look at these quarterfinals. She got a penalty on quarterfinal 1, right? Let's just say she didn't. It would have been first, second. And that second is 68 rep. Tia is going to obliterate everybody. And it's going to be so dominating that I don't know if Laura Horvath will board the plane. I think there's going to be some Hungarian coronavirus that gets her because she's scared of Tia.
I'm going to bring out my conspiracy theory right now. And I'm going to tell everyone about this because I'm going to ruin everyone's Heat 1 choice.
You're going to say what you said in the chat.
I'm going to say what I said last night in the chat. Because here's what I think is going to happen. We saw Tia pull out of a live open announcement event. We saw how she responded at Rogue. We see where she is here. Granted, I know that there was a penalty on the workout 1. I get it. But I honestly think that she is going to bait everyone and come out 5th place at the semis. And the reason she's going to do that is because she's going to ride the governor on the events. And here's what I think. If she doesn't win more than 2 events, then she rode the governor on the events. Because I think you're right. Ability-wise and what she should be able to do, she should be able to smash every single athlete that's out there. And if she doesn't, that means that she's playing the cat and mouse game. And we've seen athletes already do it. I know that, you have the issue of the illegalness of sandbagging on an event, but you already saw, and you'll say it constantly, that Laura should have won her event on the snatch event, and she waited. So that these athletes can do that. And I bet that she does that so that she's not thinking that this is the time to make the statement, that the statement will be made at the games. Let all the other kids play, the Raptus, the Lawson, the Brandon, the Fullo. Let them do their thing. Let them get all their hype. And then she's going to come out. Or she'll have baby wrist issue or something. Mm-hmm. As I'm telling you.
I think
it's going to happen.
I think what was the first? After the run and clean and jerks, she should beat everybody by a minute and then have Shane give her her baby and her just hold her baby while everybody else finishes line and high five him at the end, right? As Haley Adams comes in for 2nd place, high five her when she's done with Willow in hand, showing the world my wrist is good.
You don't think that Haley Adams is going to get her on the run?
I think she can. I think that's one of the events that she potentially could lose is event 1. I think Danielle Brandon will beat her in the handstand walk. I think, and honestly, I think more than one person might beat her in the handstand walk. And when I say she's going to win 5 events, that doesn't mean she's going to get 2nd in that handstand walk 1. That's going to be the only event that she doesn't do. I wouldn't be surprised if 3 or 4 people beat her. Event 1, I think Haley runs faster than Tia, but the clean and jerks have shown that they matter. And I just think.
Do you think they matter or the last set matters?
Well, I think if they're close at all, Tia can touch and go the last 10 and Haley can't.
Yeah, that's true.
And like if I was Tia and you're in round 3 and then you're kind of feeling it, but Haley's still she's murdering it, but you're feeling it. I would just stay on pace with Haley, not push anything, knowing the last round you can out clean and jerk her.
Yeah.
And like you could just do singles and just stay at her pace. And if you stay at her pace in the clean and jerks, you're resting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you literally could just rabbit her until the last clean and jerks and then clean and jerk faster.
Well, so that goes right back to my point, though. She has the ability to play whatever game she wants to play.
How did she get 5th place in this field without making it bluntly obvious that that's what she's doing?
I think she'll make it bluntly obvious. I think she'll blanket and with the, I mean, okay, and we've seen her do. Oh, that was the other thing. We've seen her do it before when she did it at Jackie at the games, the final event. You saw exactly what she was doing before she gave her retirement.
Over.
Yeah, she's like smiling. I'm just doing my thing.
If she gets 5th place, I will protest the games. I will like.
If she gets 5th place, then I will take your title as the greatest analyst of all time because I will have the psyche. I will have the psyche.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you till the game starts. Absolutely. That would be an insane call.
Okay, 2 down, 2 to go. Give me a next one. What's the next fun one?
Next fun one. The Hattie Canyo of the East will be Yolo Folo.
Erica. Is this a real one or is this a one that's just in your heart?
It's a little of both. It's hard to call somebody that's never done it before.
Right.
And I usually go against that. I usually won't call something until we've seen it. But Hatfield, I'm confident in. That's not a heart pick at all. It appears as a heart pick, but I promise you it's not. Folo, I don't know near enough about to make it like this is an analytical pick, and that's why I'm picking her. But I don't think that she's going to be first place after 5 events. I don't think anybody saw that coming with Hattie Canyo. It was ridiculous. But she is my last spot in. And I think the East is so deep that I think she's the only person that makes it that people don't know her name.
Yeah, I could see that. It is super deep. Super deep.
The deepest.
Yeah, you're right. Let me ask you, and the only reason I'm asking is just because I saw her name up there. No one has said anything about Emma Lawson. Why?
She doesn't. I think that's how she wants it, man.
But why wouldn't anyone be talking about her?
I think so.
Like, I mean, you probably see her over. Do you see her over Alexis Raptis?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
You have Tia though. I'll get into it. You have Tia though, and Tia, we like for all, other than your conspiracy theory, I think it's Tia is going to win, right?
Okay.
Right, 99.9%.
I got you.
And then you have a group of 3 people: Alexis Raptis, Emma Lawson, and Danielle Brandon. And I would put all those 3 people together. I think Emma Lawson is the fittest of those 3 people. I don't have her finishing second. Just because I think there's somebody that the events favor more. But I mean, I think Emma Lawson is an easy top 3 that is just not going to win an event, but like never not get top 5. And Justin Medeiros her way up to 3rd or 2nd place. And you got to think about, did we talk about Justin very much other until after the fact?
No, that was actually, I think, pretty shocking.
We didn't talk about Justin really at all, and he won.
Yeah.
Because that's how he wins. And Emma Lawson is a little similar to that.
I mean, she does always kind of hang out. If you look at it, even on the quarterfinals, 3rd, 1st, 5th, 15th.
Now, I think she's got more ability than Justin does as far as like winning events. Like she's shown that already. She won the bike event. She's very endured. Very good at machines. She won the intervals event by just rowing faster than everybody. I don't think anybody saw that coming. Destroyed Laura. Like, where the freak was Laura during that event? I'm sorry, Veronica. I know I'm going in on Laura, and I love Laura. Veronica is Laura's biggest fan over here in the chat. I think Laura is the second fittest woman in the world, and she deserved her win in 2023. But I just don't think it's going to go that way this year. So I'm just apologizing to you personally because we've had this talk. But Emma Lawson, I really think we're just not talking about her because we don't think she's going to win any events.
Yeah. And it's crazy that well, all right. So we think Danielle is going to win the handstand walk. We think that Haley has a chance to win the run.
No shot, Veronica.
Emma has no shot on winning any of them?
No.
Not the... Yeah.
There's a woman named Danielle Brandon who walks faster than I can run.
I mean, that will be really interesting to see how fast she can go on her hands.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the rogue workout where they had the straight line handstand walking, the really tall box jumps, and then the straight line handstand walking, and that's all the workout was that, right?
Yeah.
It was if you look at that workout, Danielle Brandon had the fastest time out of everybody, all the men and all the women. And she had like a 25-foot no rep because she ran 25 feet. She didn't handstand walk on the way back on the first part of that workout. You got to handstand walk both ways. Yeah. She didn't, mentally unaware, didn't know that, but ran all the way back, was even with everybody then, and then still beat Victor Hoffer.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Cole Graysaber's got the fastest time now, but Victor Hoffer had the fastest time, and she was faster than Victor Hoffer was on that workout with a 25-foot no rep.
Yeah.
Nobody's close. And guess who else was at Rogue? Emma Lawson.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right, last one. And would you put Taylor Self in as one of the big stories of the weekend?
100%.
Now, obviously, he's tight in our group.
He was my last one.
Yeah, he's tight in our group. We watched him. And if you didn't watch Kill Taylor this morning, make sure you go back and watch that. You guys have got to watch that series if you haven't. And if nothing else, challenge him. See if you can win some money if you do whatever.
Good luck.
He has been one of, I think, the most unique athletes this year that I have ever seen by purely putting himself out there in the space. Like when we did the Kill Taylor, the Taylor versus the world, and we had him competing on the stream there. He does the competition every week with the Kill Taylor. He wasn't really necessarily planning on going to semis, but here he is at semis. We see how fit he is when he hasn't been training like you would think an athlete that's wanting to go to the games and do the semis is doing. So I know you picked him as your last pick, and I personally, I think it's kind of a hard pick.
Chase.
Yeah. Sorry, Ben.
Ben's not going to be close to making it, man.
No, Ben's there. He's going to sign autographs, I think. Love the dude, but past his time. What the hell is he doing there in the semis in one of the deepest fields? What the hell is he doing there?
He's there to compete, man.
Do you think he's there to compete, or do you think he's there just kind of show?
Oh, I think he's there to compete. I think he's going to be top 5 in event 1 because that's a wheelhouse workout for him. He's very good at barbell cycling. He's very good at running. He's very good at anything aerobic. And after event 1, I think we will know if he legitimately can make the games after event 2. Because the only thing, and he self-admittedly said this a lot, is high volume squatting or heavy squatting. And 225 is not the heaviest bar, but 50 reps at 225, I think, qualifies as high volume with that type of weight. So I think event 2 will be his worst event. If he's top 20 in that workout, I think that he can make the games. If he's lower than top 20, I think it's going to be really, really hard because in order to have a bottom half finish, you have to have home run ability. And other than the first event, there's not another event where I think he is going to be top 3. Like, I think Taylor is very all around fit, and he's going to almost be like Brandon Luckett amongst the East field. A lot of eighths.
Yeah.
8th through 12th all day. But event 2 is really going to, if he gets a 28th, 26th in event 2, it might be too much for him to overcome. Or he's going to have to do something crazy in event 6.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it'll come down to.
I think one of the things he has on his side, obviously, is fitness. And he just goes to some stupid places in his head where he's able just to make things hurt really, really bad.
Which is bad for this semifinal because there's not a lot of events where it's who can hurt the most.
Right.
I agree with you. I think Ricky Garard's very good at that. And I think Taylor is very, very good at that. One of the best in the world at hurting.
Right.
And a lot of these events are ability.
Well, I think one of the things that he has is being when you are a nerdy programmer, you analyze the workout and you start seeing exactly where you can make a couple seconds here, try to take a pause on a certain thing here to set up for whatever's going to be your area to move out of those movements. And so I think, and it would be, when you watch like him and JR talk on Shut Up and Scribble, they talk about how they would perform the event. And so it's interesting seeing him with his programming mind of where he really, not just saying that's a stupid program or that's a good program or I hate this stupid movement or that's fucking dumb or whatever he says, but he can really analyze it to his elements. And so he's, a lot of the athletes aren't coaches. So they can't tell an athlete where to go and put their best foot forward. He can. He is a coach. He's a programmer, so he can read intimately into whatever the workout is. He's already seen other athletes do it and helped his athletes get to certain places and perform in the workouts. And now he gets to use his tools with all the information he just looked at, with all the information he just doled out to his athletes, and then actually step on the floor and put it to work. So I think that he's going to be, I mean, I agree. Like, I wouldn't necessarily on the fly go, oh yeah, he's a games athlete, but he has a lot of tools that a lot of other athletes don't have, rather than just the fitness part. So I think I'm so fired up to watch him go.
I think I would confidently say he is games level fit. For instance, like if he was in the games, he would belong.
Yeah.
But whether he gets there is another thing. And I think he's going to ride the line of I think he'll be on the bubble the whole time.
Yeah. Totally.
I think he'll be 8th to 15th the whole weekend. Now, whether he ends on the right side of 11, it's up to him.
Yeah. Yeah. God, that's going to be so fun to watch, though. So fun to watch. Man, it's a big weekend coming up. Big weekend. For all you guys that are out there, make sure, well, one, thanks for hanging out with us. We had 280 something people. I think we had 300 at one point. Make sure you guys give us a like, follow us if you haven't done so as of yet. If you're going to be out in the Syndicate Crown area, make sure you guys get there to support not only the athletes that are trying to get to the games, but the community athletes that are there that will be alongside of everyone else that's watching, filling the stands and making it look amazing on the broadcast. That we'll all be out and about doing our different shows. We're going to see John on a bunch of things. And you're doing your analyzing on the spin, right? Is that how you're going to be doing it? On the spin cast. Okay,
yeah,
so you're not twitching this weekend.
No,
you're going to be spin casting.
Yeah, live watch along. We're going to watch the stream and then comment on it as it goes. We tried to get them to allow us to show the stream as we were talking about it. I don't think it's gonna happen. But
nah,
I did not mean to turn my camera on. That was an accident.
Hey, Chase.
Oh, hi, Chase.
Hey, guys.
But so we have a lot of that going on. Sevon's going to be doing his shows. They're going to be out there as well doing their post and pre-show. So make sure you guys hang out to that. Get in the chats. Talk it up with everyone. Last but not least, make sure you put in your choices on the Heat One app. Play the game. It is super easy. I'm not a gambling guy myself, and I'm actually hopping into it. So if you see the Grundlerine on there down at like 1,000th place, that'll be me doing something because that'll be in there as well.
And
if
you beat me on shot caller, send me your Venmo and I will send you $1.
Dang. Look at that.
I've done this for every. Well, okay.
How much have you given out so far?
If I have a bad day and I'm 200th place, man, that's a lot of if
How
I
much have you given
if I
out
say
so far?
$5, it's you gotta prepare for something like that.
Okay.
I've given like $20 through 3 regions, so it's not hurting me at all.
All right.
But they earned it. If they beat me, I'll send you $1.
That is awesome. Chase, hopefully you guys are doing good. Family's all good. Glad you're here. Glad you're able to run the back end for us there. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we're good. Thank you guys for doing that, John.
Sorry I effed
MVP.
up the intro and the
No problem. Overall, Augustus.
Did that happen yesterday? Did you?
What happened?
Yeah, John. When Bill didn't, he decided to introduce you and then not do the sound effects himself.
I got it all backwards.
Yeah. I mean, he started talking, and I'm like, Bill, I
should have just done that in the background without my camera.
You should have just did it.
That would have been funny.
Yeah.
That would have been funny. Anyway, big weekend, guys. Make sure you guys tune into everything. Have some fun. Put up your picks. And other than that, good luck, Taylor. We hope you get it.
Good luck, Taylor. Good luck, Taylor.
Everyone else, we'll see you.